All right, what I do not want to share is my Garbage Pail Kids because
Oh no.
GPK, you don't know anything about Garbage Pail Kids. I love that. That's good.
Okay.
That'll be good for explanations. Tiffany, do you know green tea, Tiff? Do you know anything about Garbage Pail Kids?
No, I noticed that they look like Cabbage Patch Kids.
Okay, there we go. So that was the start. So
Are
Cabbage
they like
Patch
evil
Kids,
Cabbage Patch Kids?
they are exactly that.
They look like Goosebumps meets Cabbage Patch Kids.
I like Goosebumps. Yes,
I didn't
R.L.
like
Stein
Goosebumps.
situation.
Too spooky.
Yeah, I didn't like Goosebumps growing up.
Too spooky.
It's definitely a big baby. growing
Very
up.
good. That's a good mashup. Yeah. No, it was kind of the brainchild of Art Spiegelman, who was the graphic novelist who wrote Mouse. That was about like mice during the Holocaust. Maybe you've seen it or you had to read it in school. Hank, did you ever read Mouse? Oh, you had to look on your face. You're just interested, like, where is this conversation going? Look, we gotta understand the genesis of Garbage Pail Kids. They made it. The cards came out in '85. There was a movie immediately in 1987. It's haunting, like the animatronic.
A Garbage Pail Kid movie?
There was a Garbage
that
Pail
sounds
Kid
really scary.
movie. It is, and like if you watch a trailer of it, it's so like dark because it was like a VHS in the 80s, and it just has that 80s look to it. It looks like it's a horror, but it's kind of like a comedy with these people, these kids with oozes coming out of their face, and they're Garbage Pail Kids.
Hank, have you heard of Garbage Pail Kids?
No,
yeah,
he wouldn't.
no.
Have you heard of Cabbage Patch Kids?
It's just Patrick and like trying to explain this to us.
Dwayne knows. Dwayne's all about it. Yeah, no, there was a lawsuit with Cabbage Patch Kids, and in 1988, since 1988, any export and import of Garbage Pail Kids is banned in Mexico due to the approval of a reform to the export and import law banning all representation of minors, quote, in a degrading or ridiculous manner, in attitudes of incitement of violence, et cetera, et cetera. So, if you're watching this down in Mexico, part of the Rocky Mountain region that goes down there, you also don't know. Even if you are a child of the 80s, you don't know what Garbage Pail Kids are.
I like that law.
Yeah, it actually does make sense.
I like that.
Let's jump into it.
Okay,
Let's
I
look
want
at
to
some
see
of the-
like why
so,
we're talking
so
about
actually,
this.
Before we go any further, the reason we're talking about this,
Why are we talking about this?
MLB and Garbage Pail Kids did a mashup because Topps owns Garbage Pail Kids. So they go, oh, we've got to mash these things up. Like I said, with the wacky packages, that was kind of a precursor, I think, to Garbage Pail Kids. And those are fun. I'll have to bring some of those in. We'll have to open up some packs of these. I'm actually kind of excited. I'm like, this could be really neat.
Okay.
It's baseball players as Garbage Pail Kids.
Ooh.
So
okay.
I don't know the
And
exact.
these are real.
These are real.
These
We're
are
gonna look
real.
at them
Okay.
right now on the DVR Sports channel on YouTube. Bobby Bubbles, Mr. Bobby Witt. This one's a little innocuous, right?
Okay, this is fine.
It's kinda cute, right?
This is delightful.
He does have a patch over his eye, which I don't. If you pop too many bubbles, you could lose an eye.
I guess so. Wow,
But,
be
all right,
careful out there, kids.
His bubble gum explodes on his face. That one is a good kind of
That's
warm-up.
wholesome enough for me.
Yes. Next one up, we've got Stratosphere Vladimir. Vlad Guerrero pushing a self-destruct button. Again, this was during the era of Cold War. So this is basically almost identical to a real Garbage Pail Kid. They just made it look like Vladimir Guerrero. He pushes the button and boom, the top of his head is blown off.
You know what? With how
We can
chunky, with how chunky he is, I feel like he looks more like Vlad Jr.
It does. Yeah, I think so.
Am I wrong?
No, I think, did I say senior? I think I'm
Because
probably
it
supposed to be
is
junior.
senior. Because I don't think Junior was alive yet in the 80s.
Well, no, these are cards just came out.
Wait, these are new?
Yeah. These are brand new.
I'm so confused.
Yes. These Garbage Pail Kids was from the 80s. They brought it back for a mashup for current MLB players.
Okay.
So
I
this
missed that
next one,
part.
you're going to go, oh yeah, obviously this guy wasn't alive in the 1980s. That would be Malleable Miggy, Mr. Miguel Cabrera. This one's very deformed. Malleable, so his hands in his face, almost like Beetlejuice.
Ooh,
Right?
yeah.
Shifting the shape of his face
too
with his
stretchy.
tongue sticking out. Yeah, it's Garbage Pail Kids. It's a fun little mashup.
Well, this is
gets
confusing that
crazy.
they're picking the first two that you showed me were dudes that have a senior and a junior.
This is true.
So that's why I'm confused.
Yeah, I get that. Yes, Bobby Witt Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now we're picking up steam here. Are we gonna get flagged for this? By the way, next one up is O'Neal Cruz missile.
Oh.
His torso has exploded off of the lower half of his body. Again, this is a takeoff of another kind of classic Garbage Pail Kid, but they retroactively did it. O'Neal Cruz hasn't like done much in his baseball career, and yet he's a guy that has to go in to the set.
You know what?
It
Because
looks
you
pretty
can
cool.
just tell he's a star already.
There's no Rockies, unfortunately, in this set.
No, Rockies.
It's a small set. It's a small set.
How small are we talking, Patrick?
Juan of the Dead. We've got Juan Soto. This is actually one of my favorites. It looks so sharp with the purple in the background.
Ooh.
His face is melted off. I'm not as comfortable talking about these as much as I am looking at them.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of oozing happening, but other than that, like, love the wordplay.
What bone is he holding in his hand as a bat? Is that like a femur?
Oh,
Perhaps?
yeah, that looks like a femur.
It's a very long bone.
That looks like a femur to me. You can see the hip socket.
That's the most painful bone to break, I think, in the
It's
body.
the hardest bone to break.
Wow.
It's if you broke your femur, something very bad happened to you.
All right, so Juan Soto, we got him.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, now we got the superstar guys. These are fantastic looking. We've got ourselves Mr.
There we go.
Julio Rodriguez, Hot Rodriguez.
Oh, he's traveling so fast in his hot rod that his like eyes are popping out of his head.
They're bugging out, caps flying off, flames coming out the back. This one's one of the coolest ones, I think.
He's a little scary for me. Too spooky.
A little scary.
Too spooky. I'm really scared right now.
It is a little bit for that. We've got more of those. We've got Mike Trout. We've got Aaron Judge. These should sell like hotcakes, especially for the parents that are buying them for their children.
Yeah, who wanna? Oh my gosh, how cute!
This one looks like a lamp. Also, this one is autographed. Not actually. This isn't like any kind of NFT, but they've made these. So Julio Rodriguez has actually seen these. He signed. It was like, all right. So this is him looking like a lamp with a light bulb coming out of his mouth, lit up.
Adorable.
That one's kind of cool. Aaron Judge, aka Aaron Sludge.
I don't like this one.
His
at
body
all.
is melting. This is bothering you.
I don't like this one
Okay.
bit. Tiff, take it off the screen. It's
This
too
next
spooky.
one, not as bad.
Oh.
Aaron Judge, his head is an apple, but there is a worm
This-
that is chewed through his head. But the worm does have a Yankee cap on.
Yeah, actually, this one's really cute.
I
He's
think
got
this
the
one's still
he's got the
pretty
buck
disturbing.
teeth. How cute.
Yeah, and that very much looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid kind of face. Modeled Mike, so similar to the Miguel Cabrera one. Mike Trout's head has melted off of his head. It is like modeling
No,
clay.
thank you.
Are you
No,
gonna be
thank
sick?
you. Yeah, this is really gross.
Can we get a shot at Suzie? Go back to what you were looking at with your arm just kind of clutched into your chest. Like you're very upset. Like, oh, that's the face of someone who opens up a pack of Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, I'm kind of grossed out by these.
You need to like pull your sweater up over your face. Like you've just hiding in your sweater.
I was pretty disturbed making them. Like after making them, I was like, I feel sick.
Thankfully, we don't have a proper HR department, or I could be in trouble. But it's for the show. It's for the show. Yeah. There's one more Mike Trout one, right? Modeled Mike. And then this one's kind of similar to the Vladimir
Dynamite.
Guerrero.
Okay, this one's fun. Except his eyeball exploded out of his head. That's
yeah,
gross too.
That's not good. But Suzie, I thought, you know what? Let's take it to the next level because
the next level?
if
I can barely handle this level.
if baseball players in MLB, they can have their own card, it's really only fitting that we on the show also have our own cards.
Yeah.
Because they did them for like every name possible. So Tiffany has the Tiffany lamp, which looks a lot like the Julio Rodriguez one. So there's Tiffany.
Cute.
Different spelling, but it's a Tiffany lamp. Not approving of that. Yeah, yours is mild, Tiffany.
I think yours is cute.
Yours isn't grotesque.
It's a terrifying doll. Do you see her eyes? Those are terrifying.
They are a little beady
Oh, you know,
looking.
now that I can see she's like real dead in the eyes, you know?
Okay, wait
And
a
that's
minute.
not you.
Oh, wait, I also am noticing something too. Look at those lively eyes. If we go back to that picture, the light bulb is lit up.
Oh,
but it's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in.
Okay, now this is not
She's
good.
haunted.
Dude, he's smashing the desk. She's so afraid. Next one up, we've got. I'm not sure what our next one is going to be. Protein Patrick. I actually love this one.
What is this?
I'm like, all right, I enjoy my protein. Got to get your pro in. This little caveman guy, he's getting his protein through his ants. So he's, using a tool that's, primate. Look at the look on his face. Primates put their stick in the hole. They pull it out. There's a bunch of ants on it. You got to get your protein, man. Protein Patrick. I like this one.
Okay.
All right, next one up. Patrick Pinata, very violent.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
being beat up by a child, brains everywhere.
Oh, ew. Oh my God, your guts are all over too.
I don't. There's some candy in there. If you want to weed through some, small, large, lower, upper intestines, you're gonna get a couple lollipops in there. I'm cool with that. Now you're just speechless. Susie, you're up last.
No.
You're up last. Yes. We've got Suzie as a candle. You're melting.
Oh.
And we also have Chopped Suzie, where you are a hand puppet that's holding a chainsaw and you have dismembered yourself from the arm at which you are attached. So you're now a sentient puppet.
Is Chopped Suzie
Chopped
already
Suzie.
a real Garbage Pail Kid? Because that's not how I spell my name.
No, we couldn't get one with the Suzie Hunter name on it.
Oh, okay.
And we're in the works to get a specialized Suzie Hunter version.
Suing everyone.
What's funny is like people now will get bobbleheads that look like them.
I have a bobblehead that looks like me.
I love that. We should be able to now in 2023. Do we not have the Garbage Pail Kid technology to not have all our own Garbage Pail Kids? Tiffany's down for it. See, she was scared a second ago, but now she's
there
up for
are
it.
definitely AI generators that could easily make DNVR Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, AI generator, Suzie Hunter, Garbage Pail Kid mashup. Send it to us on Twitter at DNVR_Rockies, or you could send one to me at Patrick D. Lyons on Twitter.
Do not send me any of these, but you can find me on all platforms at the Suzie Hunter.
Again, that's at the Suzie Hunter for all the AI generated Garbage Pail Kids. This has been interesting.
I'm quitting the show after this.
Just slinking down. You are so fatigued from all that.
I'm like actually a little nauseous.
A lot of physical work. This is the most physical of a show we've had
I am
yet.
actually a fantastic physical comedian. Thank you for asking.